Hello viewers, I'm SB and welcome back to Civilization 6 Gathering Storm. So, we have wiped out Cyrus once and for all. We've got a healthy stable of city-state allies. And I can be honest with you, I was not sure how good the whole Hungary thing was going to be when we were loading it up at first. I don't really levy city-state armies that often, so I didn't have a good sense of the power level of it, but it seems very strong. And, this has even given me a much greater respect for just levying city-state armies in general. The only reason we were able to levy multiple armies at once was because of Corvinus's ability, the thing where you get the free envoys when you do the levying, because otherwise Amani would only have been able to give us suzerainship of one city-state, right? But, although I guess you could still get suzerainship, levy the army, and then just move her elsewhere. I'm pretty sure losing suzerainship doesn't make the armies unlevy, right? I've got a lot more respect for that as a strategy in general now. It's even without any free upgrades or anything, just gaining that many extra warriors and maybe a slinger or an archer is a big deal when everybody's, on 12 city strength and everything. And then, also, because that is powerful, we know that's powerful, that gives me a lot more respect for Amani as an early governor title pick, because there's no way you're going to get suzerainship of a city-state early enough to pull off the thing we pulled off without the two envoys from Amani. So, yeah, I feel like I've learned some stuff here. Let's continue learning some stuff. I think that we want to declare war on Mvemba. Right now we are denounced. So when you are in the denounced state, and you have been for at least 5 turns, you gain access to a Casus Belli, declare formal war. Yeah, use to declare war on a player that denounced you or that you have denounced at least 5 turns ago. It creates 100 grievances right away, and then there's no further grievance penalty, whereas if we were to declare a surprise war, that creates 150 right away, and also any further grievances we create during the war are increased by 50%. I guess I'm too worried about this. This sort of doesn't matter, because I don't care what Mvemba thinks of us, and I don't care what Wilhelmina thinks of us, because we're just going to kill them both anyway, I guess. But we definitely want to press right now. How much longer do we have these units for? 8 turns for Kumasi, 20 turns for the one chariot from Hong Kong, and then we've lost Armag's army already. So we have 8 turns in control of these 2 swordsmen, and then this swordsman and these 3 archers are all actually, 4 archers are actually all my troops, so we'll keep those. He's got a couple of cities here that are very low on city strength that we might be able to take at 8 turns, honestly. At some point here, and I'm kind of surprised it hasn't happened already, Mvemba is going to create a real military unit. And part of the reason it hasn't happened already, probably, is that he hasn't actually been at war with anybody, so he hasn't felt the need to push military. But when we go to war with him and start fighting him, I'm expecting that he will try to produce some relatively modern military. And once he does that, his city strengths are going to jump up to about where ours are. And when he's at 30 to 40 strength in each city, it's going to take a lot more effort from this army of 36 strength military units to actually take his stuff down. If he combines getting up to 30 to 40 city strength in each city with also getting walls in the cities, this army may not be sufficient to take a city at that point. So we do want to act quickly. It's not going to be that much longer. We know Wilhelmina has wall tech already. It's not going to be that much longer before all of the cities that we fight are going to have walls. When that happens, we're going to need either a very serious numerical advantage, just like a lot more troops than the enemy has, or troops that have a significant combat strength advantage, which is to say more technologically advanced troops or corps and armies of whatever our opponents are using. Or we're going to need an army of about the size that we've been running, but also some units that do bombardment damage, which does a lot of bonus damage to walls. So the bombardment type units are mostly along the bottom of the tree, at least early in the game. The first one here, of course, is the catapult. You can see bombard strength of 35. And then there's, where's the next one? The next one would be the bombard itself. And so on, up to, more modern artillery. So we're going to need to start getting that stuff. I would like to finish Apprenticeship, which we haven't actually boosted yet, and can be boosted by building 3 mines. We definitely have at least 1 mine, and we have a worker, or a builder, in progress right now in a city, so we'll just make sure we build enough mines to get the boost on that. Doing that will push the game forward into the medieval era. The way the era change works, as far as I'm aware, is that each era has a minimum length, and I do not know what the minimum length is. But when you reach the minimum length, the game checks to see if anybody has gotten a technology or a civic from the next era forward. So in our case, we're in the classical era. Once the classical era has been long enough, and I think it probably has at this point, the game will check to see if anybody has a medieval era civic or tech. And as soon as someone does, it will start the 10-turn timer for the era to end. So we want to make sure we get apprenticeship just so that the game will move into the medieval era as quickly as possible, because I want out of this dark age, especially if we're going to be trying to push through another country. We had some serious loyalty problems that we do not need to be having anymore, and we've already secured enough era score to get a golden age, so like it would be really cool if we could move forward. Once we have apprenticeship, we probably want to go from there to engineering, and that's valuable for us, because the watermill is a good building for us. We have a couple of cities that have a couple of wheat. Aqueducts are very important for us. We have a city that desperately needs its aqueduct, and then catapults are on that same technology. So that's the science plan. I don't have a strong civics plan, and we'll look into the civics, in a little bit when we get there. What is the cost for levying Armag's army? It would be 190 gold, and it looks like it's a promotion 2 archer, a promotion 1 swordsman, and a warrior, which of course becomes a swordsman shortly after we levy because of our the way our abilities work. So yeah, I guess we are cool to get going. We need to secure additional cash. City-state levying is going to get really expensive as their armies continue to improve. Oh right, I've already levied their army, it's just that they built other stuff after I did so. Interesting that you can't just pay them again to levy their new stuff until the old levy wears off. Alright, with that I think we can move forward a little bit here. So what is the status of our loyalty? We are actually... Okay, we're positive loyalty in Tarsus, but... Oh, tornadoes. Okay, those tornadoes are near Mvemba's border. Oh, those tornadoes are kind of right in the area that we're going to, actually. So Tarsus is plus 0.4 loyalty. So if we ever leave it without a military unit sitting in it, it's going to actually be dropping loyalty. And Pasargadae, even with a unit and Victor, is still losing loyalty. Okay, but it's losing loyalty quite slowly. That's a 19-turn rebellion. We can alleviate some of the pressure by changing the affiliation of these cities or by just destroying them. Either one really will work. So let's do that. Let's get on that, shall we? You probably need to stay exactly here because we desperately need that city to remain loyal. We're not going to declare war right this second, but it is going to have to be soon. As we move units toward Mvemba's border, remember, he will get wise to what we are doing, and he'll be like, hey, what are you doing? You got to declare war on me now or move your troops away. Although I guess the penalty for lying to him and then declaring war on him, like lying and saying, no, we're just passing through, and then declaring war on him anyway, I think is just grievances, and if we've decided that we've given up on grievances entirely, everybody's going to hate us and we'll just deal, then I guess I don't care whether we lie to him or not. Yeah, that's probably the case. Let's just move people in. So how do I want to do this? Who is it that has an upgrade? Okay, it's this archer back here. So we want this archer to... I guess we don't have to take the upgrade this turn. What I'm thinking here is that we definitely want to move this swordsman as far forward as possible, and then this archer can only move this far forward, which means if we don't move this guy 2 spaces, if we try to move this guy 1 space, just 1 movement point, so he can also take his promotion, he's going to fall behind. So let's get you guys out here. Yeah, that's fine. You'll take your promotion soon, before you shoot at anybody again. Not really sure where I want this. We'll just put him here for a moment, I guess. Okay, yeah, you're good. There are some units here that are very weak, but they're not actually my units, so I only sort of care. Alright, let's go put a mine up here. Okay, that was mine number 3 then. Alright, so 4 turns to apprenticeship, and then that means, I think, a maximum of 14 turns until we move up to the next era. And the era movement could happen sooner if somebody else gets a medieval civic or tech. Oh hey, barbarians. There must be a barbarian camp down here somewhere. Well, fortunately, we have walls and an encampment, so it's going to be very difficult for these barbarians to do any damage. And then here... So usually you want to take your upgrades as soon as possible because your units can't earn XP while they're waiting for an upgrade, right? The XP bar is just full. In this case, I'm not sure if it matters much because once you have a single upgrade on a unit, it only gets 1 XP from fighting barbarians anyway. And if we just take our upgrade, this guy gets to hit me again, and so I'll end up losing health. You know what? It's fine. It's fine. He's not going to hit me for very much. I suppose I can take the small amount of health loss to get the 1 XP. Who knows? Maybe it'll matter. So what do I want to build here? We do need to get some builders. We're close to feudalism, right? Yeah, we're right on top of it. Okay, I mean, that's definitely the thing we're going for next, right? We want our better farms and we want serfdom. In a lot of games, I think you can make a reasonable argument for getting civil service going before feudalism. It depends on how improved your territory already is, how dense it is with farms, and whether or not you could get alliances going immediately, because leveling up your alliances as fast as possible does have considerable value. But in this game, where we know we're not going to have any alliances that last any time at all, there's no sense in doing anything other than feudalism first. So we could build a granary. We're not really having housing problems. Growth is slow, and that's bad for us, because we definitely need to build more districts in the city. But the problem is food, not housing. So we could get a builder out and get more food. This gives 4 food. Each camp, pasture, and plantation improvement within 4 tiles of this wonder provides +1 amenity. Has to be built adjacent to a camp owned by this city. So there's only 1 legal tile for it. But it would provide +1 amenity here. It's camp, pasture, and plantation. So that would be 1, 2, 3, 4 amenities for this city from that. No amenities for anywhere else. Unfortunately, nothing else is close enough. But still, 4 food, 3 housing, and 4 amenities is very powerful. We don't actually have those plantations up yet, but we will soon. Yeah, you know what? For a 7-turn build, that's not bad at all. Let's go ahead and try to get that. And then here... I'll tell you, I really do want to get our commercial hubs going. Like, we do need to get more trade routes. I'm a little reluctant to build one on a tidal lowland, so I think I might put it here, even though we're not going to get the Pearl of the Danube bonus for this. I just want this thing to get down and be permanently good. And it's still only 7 turns. Like, that builds plenty fast. That is good enough. So we declare on him next turn, then, yeah? I don't want to declare this turn. I don't want to have him run over here with his archers and start, like, doing stuff. Feel like I'm forgetting something. No, I don't know. Okay. Let's keep going. I guess we should try to trade with Wilhelmina, see if she'll give us some money. Absolutely not. No. No way in hell. But he's getting a little close on Armagh, isn't he? Hey, look, it's even more stuff. Oh, your army is at our doorstep. Do you think we are blind? My troops are merely passing by. We're the bad guys in this particular game. That's fine. Alright, so... just pop all these barbarians. That guy narrowly survives, which is annoying. You do not get to narrowly survive, and then we'll just pop the scout with the archer. That's not a big deal. Over here, we finished building our campus. We finished building our library. And it's hard to say that it's wrong to just put down a commercial hub across the river, right? Only a 4-turn build? That's fantastic. And then here we don't have the population for another thing, but we should probably just finish the library anyway. With some good infrastructure stuff going in our backfield. So what do we want to do here? And we do need more builders. I'm not necessarily opposed to putting out a builder right here, although, obviously, it would be cool if the builder could wait until after feudalism was done. Then again, we could have the builder come out and build farms. How many farms do I have right now? 1, 2, 3, 4... 5... 6... Okay, like, I own a ton of farms. It must be that you have to have 6 non-pillaged farms at the same time. So it looks like we are currently at 5. So, a single farm anywhere would rush feudalism along. You know what? Yeah, let's build one bad builder to help push us to feudalism. Then we'll get a couple of good builders and stuff out of it. You guys are just continuing to move forward. We got lots and lots of time. Oh, wait. 7 turns. What is up? What changed? Why so fast? Hagmatana got another citizen, is what changed. So it's producing more pressure from nearby citizens. Okay, well, when we take that city, that will cease to be an issue. So we declare right now, right? Because we could have these two switch. Yeah, like we could be on them now. Let's do this now on my turn, and he's gonna get mad, and we're gonna gain a bunch of. Oh, this is a protectorate war. You attacked one of my allied city-states, so. Let's see. No grievances generated for liberating that city-state. Obviously, that won't. That won't matter because he didn't actually take it. No grievances generated when defending allied city-states. You could argue all of this is just vigorous defense. This is a protectorate war. How dare you? I'm the good guy here. I'm just defending my allies. Interesting. We don't seem to have gained a bunch of grievances for having broken our promise there. Yeah. I guess maybe that only happens if you declare certain kinds of wars, and protectorate war is not one of them. Progress toward nationalism has advanced considerably. That's a distant civic. Declare war using a casus belli. Yeah, okay, fair enough. I did do that. So, we now... You're in a position... Oh, Do I want to just move over and steal the builder instead? I kind of do. Oh, that tornado system also did bad things. 0 tiles damaged, 0 population loss, 0 units killed, 0 tiles gained fertility. And some of these swordsman units were already injured, right? Did that actually hurt us at all? I'm not sure. So what I was thinking here is my initial plan was to shoot Hagmatana with this archer, but I think I am instead going to move on to this builder to capture him. Welcome to the winning team, sir. And then I'll shoot at this thing, because why not? You know what? I need a... We need some infantry unit to come over here and help actually capture this. So I guess that could be you. And then we're going to have to take this with a set of units that are a little bit less powerful. Either because they are injured or because cavalry. You know, they're not swordsmen. Wow, that's a lot of damage, though. Usually attacking a city across a river is a pretty rough proposition. But that's a lot of damage, though. And I'm a little worried about Tarsus. I mean, if we get Hagmatana in like 1 or 2 turns, we'll negate some of this loyalty pressure. It'll probably be fine. Let's see, this guy could build us a farm, but he doesn't actually have to. Trying to figure out like where's that most effective? You know what I want from this guy most is for him to come over here and repair the damage that we did. And then we have ourselves another governor title, and I really don't know what I want to do with it. We don't need anti-air support units. We're certainly not worried about ICBMs yet. We are not worried about nuclear armaments. City cannot be put under siege. Okay, I think maybe Victor's useful titles have run out. We could start pushing Amani up to Puppeteer, but maybe this would be a good time for us to get a more infrastructure-focused governor. A governor who's a little bit more focused on making our stuff better rather than stealing everybody else's stuff. So, who among you? Obviously, Magnus has some powerful stuff going on. But our science and culture output's not amazing. So maybe it's Pingala? I mean, Connoisseur and Researcher are both super powerful. Grants is super powerful. It might be Pingala. Yeah, I kind of like that. Okay, so Pingala, just go hang out in the capital and make everything wonderful for us. Make our science and culture great and powerful. And then we did complete a civic this turn, so do we want to change anything up? We probably don't want to pull our loyalty thing, because we need this city to have +2 loyalty for a little while longer. We could pull Twilight Valor for isolationism. It's still a pretty small bonus, given that we only have the one trade route. And I think we're still kind of using Twilight Valor. I mean, we're fighting down right now in such a way that maybe we don't need this, but let's not start pulling strength out of the war early, right? And then we could change out our yellow or green policies, but I don't think I want to do either of those things either. I think we're good. We're sticking to the plan. Let's see if there are any deals that Wilhelmina would be interested in making. I know she had feelings about... Well, she would not take an iron for free, really. But she would take an iron if she pays for it? That's okay. Well, what if we went like 25 iron and 25 horses? And I know I was not cool with doing a deal very much like this recently. Ooh, that's a bad price. I'm just thinking, you know, if we could get the money together to levy a city-state army again, it would be useful. But she, unsurprisingly, is not interested in trading with us. That's fine. We'll get some Cahokia mounds, we'll get our trade routes going, we'll figure it out ourselves. Congo has been targeted for a declaration of war by Kumasi. Certainly true. Yes, my pledge was broken. Okay. Is it that the grievances don't show up until the next turn? Nope, they still no grievances. And do you have any for me breaking promises to other players? No, okay. I think the Protector at War may have saved us some trouble on that one. There's a ship there. Oh, you can see 33 combat strength. The second we declared war on him, he bought a unit and pumped his city strength up. Yeah, that's the right play. Okay, well, if you stand over here. Yeah, you can see how much more difficult this has gotten already. That said, we still have a very significant numerical advantage here, and actually it seems like his units are not very good in the first place. Sort of broadly pretty bad, so I think we're okay. We really are on the clock a little bit. So do we want strength against ranged units, or do we want to head toward incendiaries? I think our plan is to use siege-type units to do the sieging, right? So we probably do not need to worry about damaging city walls with our archers too much. We still get some pretty good damage out of the swordsman. Just trying to figure out like what is the appropriate move for attacking their units here. Because Heavy Chariot does not do very well against spearmen. But I think I'm just gonna, you know, if they want to turn around and get me, they can get me, I suppose. You're just gonna have to pass the turn. Alright, this archer, having cleaned things up, probably needs to start heading toward the conflict. The capital can take care of itself at this point. Alright, we're finishing important stuff. Mvemba Nzinga has finished creating the Great Library, which is a thing that we can take from him, which is cool. Have you step here so that the city can't replenish it all. We're not going to be able to siege Mbanza Mbata without a ship because the no siege can block the port. No land siege. Yeah, let's grab volley. We might not be able to get this city, I'm worried. How many turns do we have left on these guys? 4? I'm going to turn one of the swordsmen over to here. Have that guy replace him. So I think we'll be able to get Hagmatana here, and then we should be able to get Mbanza Mbata, hopefully, shortly after, before those units are lost. Have these two just chill for a turn. The spearmen went further away from us, which is good. We've softened up the attack on Arma enough that they definitely will not be able to take it anymore, which is also good. So maybe we actually don't want to finish this guy before feudalism, because You repairing this farm will mean we have 6 functional farms at the same time, and that might pop feudalism for us. What? Wait. What was that? Oh, a barbarian camp spawned in this, like, one tile that nobody can see. Well, the good news is I don't think that matters at all. You repair that. You build a farm right there. So 1, 2... Wait, do I not have 6 farms then? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Huh. Build 6 farms. I guess it actually does mean build 6 farms, not have 6 farms. Weird. Almost nothing in the game works that way. Alright, we should be able to take this very easily. You take the shot. And then a couple of swordsmen here can finish the job. I guess it doesn't really matter who does it. And we are going to keep this city because we need the loyalty pressure that it can exert. And that means that you can just take your promotion. And actually try to heal up. So yeah, we can't stop this city from healing. So we have to do a lot of damage to it very quickly. And we do not have a ton of time left with these units. That said, I think we're going to get it. Well, monument. I mean, we do still need more culture. We are quite a few turns away from having the ability to build another district here, because we got to get to 7 pop. Yeah, I'm just going to build a monument, and then maybe we start building a, what do you call it? Later? Start building a builder, once we're actually feudalismed up. The loyalty pressure on this city is pretty harsh. But once we have Mbata, things will look a little bit better, and hopefully that will be this coming turn. I think we might do enough damage. Yep, classical era ends in 9 turns. We have indeed pushed it forward by finishing our research. Okay, and keep that city as well. For the record, Hogmaton is a terrible city I don't care about, but I wanted it so that we could be a little bit more mutual loyalty pressure going on around here. Like you can see, this is fixed to Tarsus and Pasargadae, and I'm going to move Victor over to Umbanza Umbata right now, where he should be able to fix the loyalty problems that they're having. Oh, you know what? Feudalism is already boosted. That's what's going on here. Because you notice there's no little shadow of an area that would boost it. Well, how does that change what I want to do with the rest of these units? I'm not actually sure. A commando on you, man. Next time that we levy this city-state's army, it's going to be really good for us. I mean, I'm just going to go around and build farms anyway. I guess, how many charges do you have? 1? We could just build a farm here and get that good triangle going. We also could build farms here, and then this farm and this farm would each have 2 adjacent, and so they would benefit from the feudalism bonus. And that also gets us all 3 of the rice tiles farmed, which is nice. Yeah, maybe that's worthwhile. I think this archer is probably going to get there a little bit too late for it to matter. We are definitely building markets. Markets everywhere. That monument up. So we don't actually know how many cities Mvemba Nzinga has left. He might be down to just a handful. What, Cyrus had actually built 3 cities at the time we took him down? Hagmentana was him. Cyrus had 4 real cities at the time we took him down, and he conquered a couple more. So we took out 2... Yeah, I bet Mvemba does not have more than 3 other cities. We're going to lose a bunch of our military units pretty soon here. Oh, interesting. I don't actually want open borders from you. Yes, I will. I will definitely trade off extra tobacco for even a bad deal. It has literally no value to me. Yep, we saved Armagh, which is nice. Not necessary, certainly, but nice. This city is having food-based issues. So I suppose we just want to build a bunch of farms, although I only have one charge left. We certainly don't... Like, what are the tiles that we're working here? Okay, see, this is part of the problem. Work that tile and this tile, and... I see what you're going for, but maybe a little bit more food focus. Although I guess we don't have a lot of strong tiles in workable range here, do we? Still only... we're still seeing 27 turns till growth. We should really work another 2 food tile. Yeah, that's a shame, but I think it's right. And then we'll just build a farm there. The adapted people of Hungary build after a natural disaster, taking advantage of the renewed lands. This is a tile that was improved by a flood. Okay. Well, it's got us down to 18 turns. It's a little awkward because we can't move him without spending all of his movement points. But obviously, I really, really want to take my promotion. Actually, I should move you out of the city. Because the unit in the city should be one of my actual units. Otherwise... Well, I guess it doesn't matter so much, because that's the unit from Hong Kong. Which is perfectly capable of sitting there for 13 turns. I guess let's have a look at what pushing forward might look like. We could at the very least pillage this, and then we could use the proceeds from that to hire Armagh's army or something. Maybe give us the ability to keep pushing. The problem we're going to run into here is, like I said, the fact that there's not enough... We're just getting outclassed a little bit by the cities. Like, it would be nice to have catapults. If we pillage now... I'm going to do the pillage. If we pillage now and save that money to buy a catapult, I wonder how much that would be. And you, I think, are, in fact, going to just build a farm. Although, if we're... Yeah. Build this farm. Because as soon as feudalism finishes, that puts an extra food on here. And that's a little bit better than spreading that same amount of food out over a larger amount of farms. Alright, I don't know for sure that we're going to be able to take Kinshasa. Let's not levy anything until we finish engineering. I want to know what the catapult costs to buy, and we'll figure it out from there. So, since I know that this weak builder is not going to boost the speed of feudalism, do I want to do something else instead for a few turns until feudalism finishes? I think the answer to that question is probably yes, but I don't know what it is. So we could start building. I guess we could put down a pretty good campus and start working on that. Oh, this campus would be 3. Oh, because it's adjacent to 2 mountains at 1 each and 2 rainforests at half a point each. But I don't really want to pay the 80 gold. We definitely don't want to put it here because that's the aqueduct tile. Yeah, this is a totally acceptable campus. We'll just do this, and then we'll swap the builder back up once we have feudalism finished. How many turns are we looking at on this? Okay, we're about to lose the troops from Kumasi. All of a sudden, we have so many different things we need to spend gold on. The good news is that those troops from Kumasi are still at war with Mvemba, so they will still probably help fight him. I hope they'll still help fight him. Although we can't rely on them to, like, push forward, and we certainly can't allow them to take the city. We finished a wonder. We don't have drama and poetry yet. Well, that's probably going to have to change. So there's going to be a rebellion here in 1 turn. It looks like we're going to be able to hold Mbanza and Bata. But we're going to lose Hagmatana, and then we're going to have to take it back. And honestly, when we take it back, we could just burn it. Like, it's really not a very good city. And I'm just thinking here... Oh, sure. I'm just thinking here about the fact that, you know, each luxury... Like, we have a limited number of amenities for the Empire. Each luxury only feeds an amenity to 4 different cities. So, like, having a city that is just garbage and is doing nothing for you does dilute your amenity pool a little bit. Take stuff that the other cities could make better use of, probably. I think we can grab the water mill real quickly. Here's 1 production and 2 food because of the wheat tile. That seems pretty okay. We're still not anywhere near our housing limit. We could build a couple of military units down here. I think we have some time. Let's build a thing that gives production. So I guess we should back a couple of units up for the purpose of taking Hagmatana. And unfortunately that is going to mean having to have melee units. So we might not be able to push Mbemba anymore. How many turns would it have to be for us to make peace? Another 4 turns? Yeah, we might have to let Mbemba go, sort of rebuild our army a little bit, take care of all of the lost health and everything, and then go back at him afterward. We also really need some proper roads up here. So, we have some interesting options available in Gordian. If we were going to build an industrial zone up here, let's see, from Pasargadae we're looking at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so this tile would be able to feed factory bonus production to all 4 of these cities then, unless I miscounted somewhere. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5... No, I think that's right. This is the magic tile. It would also feed production to Hagmatana in case we keep Hagmatana. I'm very inclined to just do that. I would love to build it in a place where it's going to get an immediate production bonus, but actually, once we put a mine, or a quarry rather, down on the stone, we'll get +1 production from that. And this is the good northern tile for this. Okay, you are definitely just building your market. Let's get those extra trade route capacity points up. Yeah, this Dark Age has been both good for us and very, very annoying. Because obviously the Dark Age policies have been great. Alright, so we have engineering. We got ourselves an envoy, which we are definitely not spending yet. And they produced 2 immediate swordsmen. So it seems like they just, when a city becomes a free city, it just immediately gets 2 of whatever the good current military unit is. Seems powerful. Take Aerostorm here. Keep in mind, we are pretty close now to upgrading archers as well, and I might just go for that next, because Crossbowman is a pretty significant upgrade, and it would only be 6 turns to get there from here. We get access to Kilwa Kisuani. When you are suzerain of a city-state, this city receives a plus 15% boost to the type bonuses provided by that state. If you are suzerain to 2 or more city-states of that type, an additional plus 15% boost is given to all cities. That seems like a thing we want. It has to be built on flat land adjacent to a coast. That might be a little tough. That one we might not be able to do so easily. Let's back you up a bit. This city has a combat strength of 10. So I'm confident we will be able to retake it. I'm a little worried about the swordsmen. But it doesn't matter. They'll stop existing instantly if we retake the city. And we are 6 turns until the end of the classical era. Alright. Mbata is solid. It's not going anywhere. Pasargadae and Tarsus are both permanently positive. I'm a little worried that if we take this too quickly, it'll just go back to a free city before we're able to stabilize. So I really would love it if we could get into the next era, either before taking it or like really shortly afterward. We're probably going to get this heavy chariot killed, but I want my city back. Alright, and then over here, like a watermill is obviously fantastic. So, what does it cost to purchase a catapult? Catapult is 480, so that's a lot. That's too much. That's too many golds. Armagh is 255 gold to levy, which is an affordable amount. Although we probably would want to just take Kamasi's army back, right? Kamasi's army is 335. That's a little bit harsh. But their units are already in place. I don't know, maybe we lay off the levying for a little while here. We gotta build up some bank. And we have a little bit of an army of our own now. Okay, so I think that might... Yeah, that'll be enough to let us reclaim Hagwatana. Keep the city. We didn't lose any health or anything on any units except for this one levied unit. Unfortunately, it's going to flip so quickly. Oh, the city has a... Should we build walls here? Or should we build that market? We should probably build the walls. We could always buy the market. So this is a good spot for you to be. Here, like, we would want a monument. You know what I should have done is just raised it, probably. Now that I know we don't need the loyalty pressure. Yeah, that was an error. I shouldn't have kept the city. Well, if it does flip, we could just burn it next time. Because it really is not providing any value to me in this position, but it is annoying. I'm no longer Suzerain of Arma. Well, obviously that's not acceptable to me. Let's just go ahead and remain Suzerain. Forever. Eternal Suzerain. We're doing very well on favor here, by the way. That Barbarian camp is, it looks like, probably just going to get dealt with without us, so that's fine. Yeah, I don't know. It feels a little wasteful. Oh, hey, look. Pikemen. This is what they, what the Congo built to drive up the strength of their cities. And you can see it is a considerably more powerful unit than a lot of the things they've been running. Yeah, I may just let this... like I was saying, it feels like a terrible waste to just burn a city, but it's really not a very good city. In part because it's been conquered so much, it's only got 1 point of population. I guess I should explain that in case people are not familiar. When you take a city, it loses population, and the city being constantly conquered over and over again means the city is spending a lot of time... this thing. The city's spending a lot of time kind of unhappy, and basically just like losing industry, or losing production progress on the things that it's building and getting them reset. It's having a hard time really accomplishing much. Okay, so we have actually good population growth here. Guess we can put out a builder. That'll finish right after feudalism does. Alright, so they're producing a lot of pikes. Good to know. Well, we have a melee combat strength of 15. It was probably unwise to allow that pikeman to get adjacent to us. Or rather, to allow him to stay adjacent to us, such that he could shoot me, or attack me with his pike next turn. Friendly territory, so you can sit here and heal. Gain 100 faith, and this holy site district's faith adjacency bonus provides science as well. Did we pick up any... Let's see. 2 faith from Buddha. That's it? Yeah, that's the capital. We don't have any holy sites anywhere, really? There's one here, but it's not producing any faith because it doesn't have any constructed buildings in it, I think. No, it totally does. Should this not be producing faith? Oh wait, do I not have access to shrines? It's entirely possible I literally can't build shrines. Oh yeah, because, yeah, I don't have astrology, right? The shrine is part of astrology. Yep, okay. So we do have a holy site. Is that the only one? We do have a holy site, but it's really not doing anything. I think we're going to pass. I don't think this is a very good first great scientist. Okay, the next person down took him immediately. And then we could get Omar Khayyam. Gives a couple of random Eurekas and an inspiration. That seems fine. We're producing 10 points to... Everybody else is considerably fewer. We're not that far from getting our first great general either. How many turns are we away from this? Is happy to accept this deal. Here's the thing. I also want cash. Yeah, okay. I think that's pretty good for right now. We're not going to be able to press him at the moment anyway. So we can take this deal temporarily so we don't have to worry about him running across the border and having at me. Build up a little bit, get ourselves some catapults and stuff. Sure. I don't think he's going to be able to do any damage to us by having access to our borders. We are absolutely just producing way too many points of era score. So we don't need Twilight Valor anymore. We know that. We could throw Isolationism in that slot. We definitely want Serfdom. We could do that instead of Isolationism. But probably Serfdom over Urban Planning is fine. You are probably okay to just build a water mill. So every time Hagmatana switches and then switches back, it gains 2 swordsmen. That sucks. I think my plan is just to burn it. It's not providing us with any benefit. And I don't want to have to keep doing this dance. So 7 turns remaining on you. I guess it would be good if this unit survived. It's not something I feel very strongly about. Definitely build me a new trader. That's very excellent. Definitely build me... I mean, we need builders, right? But also, the workshop has 2 production and great engineer points, and great engineer points are pretty good. Also a really long build. Give me the builder, and then we'll build the workshop afterward. So we have feudalism. What do we want next? I mean, drama and poetry obviously is pretty good. We will need theater squares. We would like to be producing more culture per turn. Medieval Fairs has some pretty good stuff going on. Mercenaries has reductions in the cost of unit upgrades, which is actually probably very relevant for us. And then that's on the way to a 6-slot government. I think Merchant Republic makes more sense than Divine Right or Reformed Church, even though in theory we might want more red card slots. We can just put red card slots in the purple slots, or red cards in the purple slots. And this gives us money and district production, both of which are great. So yeah, if we do like that, we're gonna have to grab military training real quick, which is fine, not great. Yeah, okay. I think that's a reasonable plan there. And thanks to Mvemba, we're producing quite a lot of money, so when we want to redeclare on him, it will be relatively easy to just hire up some good... Oh, this is a little awkward. You step in there. Yeah, it'll be relatively easy to hire in some city-state units and just go nuts. Man, fighting city-state units or free city units is not a huge amount of XP, unfortunately. Okay, so what do we need to do in the capital? Well, we definitely want to pick up at least one of these wine tiles. Possibly both, because if I get both, I can at least sell them. And here we have an internal trade route. I mean, I definitely want to run a trade route from somewhere in the north down to somewhere in the south. Like, here, let's transfer this route to Pasargadae and see how far south we can get the route, just because we need to build roads really badly. And then here... Here I don't know what we want. We're 8 turns off of being able to build our next district, which is definitely something I have strong feelings about. I have a builder out here already, so I don't know that I need another builder. Apadana will give us +2 envoys whenever we build a wonder, which is, like, fine, but I also kind of don't want to build for that long. It could just be a military unit or two. Yeah, we can build a catapult down here. I have one for threatening Wilhelmina. That's actually probably the right play. And I think these swordsmen are too injured to be much of a threat. And here comes our Golden Age, except that since we came out of a Dark Age into a Golden Age, it is instead a Heroic Age. So each of your citizens exerts 1.5 loyalty pressure on their city and also surrounding cities. This is the same amount that you get during a normal Golden Age. And you may make 3 dedications instead of just 1, and they're the Golden Age type dedications. So, the good ones. Eureka's provide an additional 10% of tech costs. Commercial Hub and Harbor District's gold adjacency also provides science. That's pretty great. Inspirations give additional civic costs. Each city receives +1 culture for each district. Obviously awesome. Monumentality is plus movement for builders. The ability to purchase civilian units with faith, which is good because we have some faith and nothing to do with it. Builders and settlers are cheap to purchase with faith and gold. And then this one is solely about religious units, and we don't care about it at all. So we get all 3 of the dedications that are any good at all for us, which is pretty fantastic. That's a good place to be in. So, a builder is only 95, really? Okay, well, yeah, I mean, let's buy a builder here in Tarsus, right? We do not need to use these envoys just yet. Let's see, we can run a trade route as far south as Eager. It's a pretty bad trade route. But we do have to establish the road, right? We could run the trade route to Armagh instead. And we're at least getting some gold and culture. 1 food, 1 production is pretty bad. Yeah, we'll run the trade route to Armagh, and then we'll run a trade route from the capital to Armagh or something like that. Just get that road completed. And I know, internal trade routes and stuff. Remember that we did lose our Dark Age policy. It stopped existing, so we're not getting the extra bonus on that. We no longer should need this, although I guess let's double check that. We are... Yeah, plus 7.2. The citizens producing extra loyalty pressure is a big deal. So let's pull this. I'm not sure that we do still need serfdom, but yeah, hold on. We gotta. Do I have any more builders still building? I have one in Gordian, and honestly, that's probably reasonable. We'll pull the policy when we finish mercenaries. Let's leave it for now. So we could double production toward defensive buildings with our red slot, which is certainly not useless. We could gain extra production toward melee, anti-cavalry, and ranged units. Ancient and classical era heavy and light cavalry units. Unfortunately, we don't have the new updated card for this, so we can't build medieval era cavalry, which we do want to research. But I guess we don't need them right now anyway. You know, we're still building walls in some places. Let's get that done. And then for the purple slot, I might just run like... Honestly, it's probably like +1 production in all cities or caravansaries. Caravansaries is going to be a grand total of 4 gold per turn. So I guess it's urban planning. Okay, you guys... Yeah, I don't know. You don't really have an important job. Okay, so... You know, I guess I could have slotted that that card that makes purchasing land cheaper, because I knew I was going to purchase some land. I'm not sure that I will purchase enough land for it to I've been right to do that. We're making pretty good money now. Yeah, let's just go ahead and do this. I don't have the ability to make plantations yet. So let's grab irrigation real quick. You can just stay right there and build that next turn. And yeah, I'm fine with this. Fine with this great scientist. Oh, and apparently, I didn't even look at our city-state quests. Recruit a great scientist, train a black army, gain the Eureka for education, which is gained by recruiting a great scientist. So that was some free envoys for us. Let's just get ourselves some random boosts. Reformed church, siege tactics, and metal casting. Okay, I think all of those are useful. So we're doing very well on envoys now. Also, someone has called for a special session of the World Congress. Hopefully, that is not in regards to me. What would be the cost of buying another... The next builder we buy with Faith would be 100. And can I do that anywhere? If I wanted to buy him over here, does it have to be a place with a holy site? No, it does not. Okay, we'll get a little bit of use out of this dedication. Okay, she's still mad because I'm not trading with her. Listen, you're both diplomatically and geographically inconvenient. So yeah, you can see Mvemba and Singa is now building walls, so we are going to need some siege units. We honor the independence of city-states and will not turn a blind eye to this conquest, except we totally will. Everybody voted down. Not only was I not involved in this, but nobody I know was directly involved in it. Alright, well, I definitely want to go do this. Now, Tarsus has a ton of food to work with. Yeah, we definitely want to wait until we have that policy card. Okay, well, that city will be easy to take over. What do we need here? Oh, well, we do need to build Kilua Kisiwani somewhere, but probably not in this city. Yeah, I need a city that's actually good at building stuff to do that, unfortunately. So now that we have machinery, we have access to crossbows. I suppose the next thing to do is to try to get up to the next level of siege equipment so that we can take down cities more easily. That's going to take us through military engineering, which will reveal the niter. We should probably get on that immediately because we really could. It would be nice to know where the niter is. I suppose there's also an argument to be made for getting education quickly. Yeah, let's grab education now so that we can get universities. Keep our science growing rapidly. Out-teching the other players is the easiest way to defeat them in a war. Alright, trade routes sent to the chosen player provide extra gold, and also chosen player gets +1 trade route capacity. And obviously I'd love it if this was me. And combat strength for religious units, I really don't care. Taoism. Take that, Taoism. Yeah, I don't care about either of these too much. We don't know anybody who has a lot of diplomatic favor. I'll put 5 votes on this for myself. I would love +1 trade route capacity. Okay, I did indeed win. Mvemba and Wilhelmina both chose each other. It seems like the AI really tries to get the +4 gold to the sender and isn't worried about getting an extra trade route capacity for themselves, but that seems wrong. That seems like the wrong way to do that to me. Generating as much XP as I can for my ranged units. Okay. So we're going to take the city with this attack. We have to decide, do I actually want to hold this? If we do hold it, I'm confident that now, with all of the extra loyalty pressure from the Golden Age, if we keep it, we will keep it. It's not going to flip again. But, is it worth having? I guess so. Every city is a place where you can build districts and stuff. Yeah. Let's just keep it. Yep, and we're not gonna have major loyalty problems anymore, probably, which is nice. Let's have you get over here and build this quarry. Immediately get some extra production toward that builder. And then I think I'm gonna buy the other tile here. And just do this. And then sell the extra wine. No, she has wine already. How about Mvemba? He does not have wine already. Here's the thing. I would really prefer just like a lump sum of gold. And the reason I'm thinking this is that when you go to war with somebody, any gold per turn deals that you have running they stop existing. So if we take part of our payment here as gold per turn, we're going to lose it when we declare on him. They will give you more total gold if you are willing to accept gold per turn. But I just, I have stuff to do. So like I said, we could run... Actually, the way we should do this is we should run the route from Eager to Buda. Oh no, that's right. I have to run the route all the way to Armagh. Never mind. That was the wrong move. Okay, Kilwikisuwani in 35 turns. That's not great. It is something I kind of want, though. Yeah, sure. Let's go after it. We can use some builders to push that a little bit. Definitely want to just go for a commercial hub, and this seems like a pretty good place for it. Right across the river, forming that district triangle. Here, a watermill would be really lovely. Take advantage of all of this wheat. And I need to be building a trade unit somewhere. Okay, we can do it just in the capital. Okay, so you guys, I don't even know what to do with all these military units, I guess. We just try to get the archers standing in positions where they will be menacing. You're gonna run out before we have a use for you, so I don't know, go over here and just wait. I don't necessarily want to be right on his border. And, my plan here was sort of to to build siege units up here so that we could push Mvemba and Zinga. Oh, we can see his capital now. Thanks to a Kamasi swordsman that for some reason has sailed all the way out here. So 50 city strength, proper walls. It's not going to be an easy take. It is, however, coastal. And so we could try to use some naval stuff. We can see here he's got a hanging gardens. Over here is his great library. Some of these wonders are not really great to have. They're great to be the person who builds them, but are not necessarily great to have afterward. But we'll take anything we can get from him. Okay, what's next? It's less obvious what is next. What's Gordian's problem? Gordian is having housing issues. Okay, well that's very resolvable. So how does the Cahokia Mound work? It wants to be near districts, doesn't it? Here's the button. Yeah, it will eventually produce extra food based on the number of adjacent districts. So, let's see. Probably we build the financial district or the commercial hub for this city right here. So that's not a terrible spot. The spot I'm on now would be good if this wasn't where I needed to build this quarry to help the industrial zone out. This actually is not a bad spot. Hey, you know what? I'm comfortable with this. We'll spend some extra build charges on some wild stuff. So we definitely know what we want to be building starting next turn. Ah, the trader. Right, we do need to get that extra trader out. Here we'll do a little bit of clearing, help out with that, or help out with the workshop. Like, we can clear this tile because we're not going to be working that tile anytime soon. So we could just run the trade route from Eager to the capital, and doing so would give us a road that runs most of the way from Buda to Pasargadae. And in fact, there's already road on these two tiles because of a trade route that Wilhelmina ran out. So this would be the only place where there isn't a road. I guess these two tiles. Or we could run the trade route from Eager up to one of these cities, and that would solve it. Probably that's the smart thing to do. So, obviously Hagmantan is a pretty bad target. Sargade's fine. And Mbata... Actually, I'd like this one better. Let's get that extra industry. Okay, so that'll give us a nice road that runs all the way from the north tip of our empire to the south. I'm going to run this catapult right here. So catapults can't move and fire in the same turn. And put it right there so it can threaten that barbarian. I am assuming, yeah, we're still nowhere near our housing cap here. So what do I want to do with this guy? I guess we don't have a mine on that copper yet, and we probably should, because this is totally where I want to build the industrial zone in this city, right? You can get the maximum benefit there. I guess Eager is currently not going to benefit from an industrial zone. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I could build Buda's industrial zone here instead. Just build mines in these two hills. Yeah, that might be a little bit better. Yeah, I think that's probably better. Unfortunately, that's going to be a lot of gold spent on terrain. Well, you know what? This is not a decision I have to make right now, because we are a bit over the hour here. So this is where we're going to call it for today. Thank you all so much for watching. Come back next time to see us, hopefully, resume our war on the Congo, because we got them very weak. And then after that, maybe to see us push out the rest of the players on our continent. And we'll see you then.